Okay, so I think let's get started. So thank you everyone for joining today's sessions. So today's topic is one of the important topic as we learn along the way, the AI trio, where we will talk about Cowork, agents, and the Copilot. And we will focus more on the aspect of the new technology stack. Our guest speaker, Bilur, will help us to define the real world case scenarios where these co-work agents and co-pilots are fit for the purpose. But before we go there, let me just quickly uh, read out the standard announcement. We always call as a housekeeping. You can express your viewpoints and the questions related to this topic that we going to discuss today. By default, all participants will be on muted, and you can raise your hand in case if you want to ask the questions or any doubt. You can use a MS Teams chat feature or raise your hand in case if you want to say something. And you can also always tell us how we are, built our next future topics. In terms of who we are, so we belongs to Mumbai, India Dynamic 365 and Power Platform community. We have a presence across three areas. First, we have a dedicated YouTube channels where all the learnings that we typically do monthly, quarterly, and weekly and yearly sessions, everything is being available on our India Dynamics 365 and Power community YouTube channel, and we have close to 1.73K subscribers as we speak. We do also have a presence in Microsoft Dynamics 365 portal. We call it as community.dynamics.com. There we have a dedicated page, and that page is focusing more on day-to-day activity and learning for Dynamics 365 and again Power Platform coming topic. We also have a presence in LinkedIn where focusing on the new technology, what is coming tomorrow, and how can we keep a space of that. There also we have close to 2K followers. I'll move on to the next slide, which is a little bit our organizers and speakers where we talk about. So myself is Rakesh Durge, and I am one of the, I would say, organizer of this group. Along with me, I have Khizer and Sukrut as well. I'll keep this slide rotating, but I'll stop my sharing now, and I will request Bilur to start the presentation. While Bilur is sharing her screen, let me just quickly welcome Bilur. So Bilur and I, we work together as a MVP. I think more than 2 years now, Bilur, right? And
Yes, it could be three, I believe.
it could be 3, yeah.
It could be
And
three.
we are really, delighted to welcome Bilur in today's session. And for those who don't know Bilur, so Bilur is Microsoft most valuable professional in AI ERP. You can say finance and operations. And she is a respected speaker in the Microsoft community. She's very active in the Microsoft community, answering the questions in the area of the finance. And she's also super user, right? And known for her expertise across the modern technology landscape. Although she belongs to having a core skill set of finance, understanding the four concepts such as core finance or cost accounting, but she is also more focused on the technology aspects. Okay, and being a, I would say she's a techno functional and she's understanding the technology as compared to the finance as well. And today she will be presenting a very interesting topic we call as the AI trio, which is nothing but the co-work, agents, and the co-pilot, right? A timely and the highly relevant topic in today's world, and everybody knows, right? We have seen the announcement from Microsoft, and we also seen how this particular space of the AI is evolving day to day, right? So join me and welcoming Bilur. Thanks, Bilur, for joining us today and sharing your knowledge and the thought process with the wider community of Dynamics and Power Platform.
Thank you so much, Rakesh. I'm very happy to be here with you in one of the biggest user groups in the world of Microsoft. So today, I would like to show you the AI trio, Cowork, Agents, Copilot for Finance and Operations. Of course, these are not just for finance and operations, but I'm more the finance guy, so, or girl, we can say. We would like to show the cases what we can use. So, as Rakesh told me, I am Bilu Shamdanjolu. So today I will be the speaker of this event. So here, this is our libretto. These are the things that we will go over with. So who should be in the session is the upper management, I think, because they will now understand the AI concept and what to expect for their companies to make it better. And the business users, because they will know what to ask for from their IT employees to be able to make their daily business better, easier, and quicker. And of course, IT, welcome IT, because I'm IT as well, what to innovate. So here, as you can see, when we are talking about the AI, what we mean is that to take our processes from manual to AI powered and from reactive to predictive. What do we mean by predictive? When we have our system first, why we are using our systems to report for legal purposes to our governments. Then there's of course technology evolve and also there is a competition. What we do is that we take our reports and try to take better actions. But in this case, we had reports, it's too late because what's done is already done in that year, in that month, depending on your reporting level. So what we would like to be with the AI to be more predictive, to do before it happens. So when we look to the technology, all the way from Clippy, you may remember it, to Cowork, which is the really hot stuff in these days, we say always with us and always for us. This is why we have created this evolution gallery for you. In this evolution gallery, our aim is to make you understand a bit more about what the words are being meant and from our perspective, how Microsoft AI journey evolved. As I said, this is from our perspective. So while everybody was talking about the AI in the world in a couple of years ago, Microsoft came up with an idea, with a name, with a word, saying Copilot, and say that, okay, what's a Copilot? And they say Copilot is the UI for the AI. There was no Copilot Studio before, then they put here the Copilot Studio, and we can name Copilot as the assistant. So it has a chat interface, it answers questions, summarizes and generates, and works across M365 and D365 applications. And then we have another word. They say there's agents, and we said, okay, what's an agent? And they say a co-pilot for every employee, an agent for every business process. You can think agents as the workers. So co-pilot helps you think, but agents help you act. So it automates systems, run workflows, take actions, and complete business processes. And something happened last year, which is, I think, the groundbreaking thing, that we have MCP servers that links agents with the applications, in this case, Microsoft Dynamics 365. And there are two MCP servers has been released, Dynamics 365 ERP MCP and Dynamics 365 ERP Analytics MCP. You can say why there are two. This is the reason. Analytics MCP is the insights and working from the business performance analytics, which is free, by the way, at least for now. So I would advise you to use, which is used for reporting. So if you would like to just have reports from your agents, rather than it to be take actions, you can use this one, and it's using the data entities. And if you would like to take actions, like posting invoices, creating POs, approving requisitions, you can use Dynamics 365 ERP MCP. Together, they detect, explain, act, and notify. Why is the importance of selecting one or the other? For cost efficiency and performance. If you are just reporting, use analytics, but if you would like to take action, use D365. Okay. Then there is another thing come from Microsoft called Work IQ. And work IQ is very critical because work IQ is AI built for work. So work IQ understands you, your job, and your company. When you're using AI, it can go everywhere and collect everything related to your business or not. But with work IQ, now systems understands your work, it combines data, applies inference, and orchestrates the intelligence. Then we have the hot stuff, Cowork, which was released. In Cowork, what you can do, what we are saying about the Cowork is a new way of getting work done. So Microsoft 365 to help with common workflows like creating documents, coordinating meetings, and conducting research. You may say this is more related to finance and operations. Yes. We are using also Cowork to connect work across our tools with Cowork plugins. So basically, I say, this is not something official, but Copilot plus Work IQ is basically Cowork. When we are saying talking about the plugin, we have Dynamics 365 ERP apps plugin, and Cowork pulls Dynamics 365 FNO AR AP history, long-term unpaid invoices, payment history directly. This is why I think for now Cowork is very powerful, and it has skills like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF. I'm trying to show you the examples from the skills, how we use it in the next slides. And also that was built 2 weeks ago, so there are still pretty new cool things that has been added. For example, we discussed about the work IQ, but now there's Microsoft IQ. Under Microsoft IQ, we have work IQ for business understanding, Fabric IQ for data understanding, Foundry IQ for security understanding, and we have the Web IQ as well. Also, we say that there is Work IQ, but now also has been released in Microsoft Build. There is Work IQ API. So now we are able to use the API for the Work IQ. Your agents can be agent to agent, MCP, or REST API, which can use Work IQ API. Another functionality that you can use that you can use the saved memories and chat history. So this means that now your agents will remember your past. And probably you have heard from LinkedIn because it's just everywhere. Autopilots, which was also before announced as Cloud Pilot as well. Now it's a new name called Scout. So what Scout does is that it has inbox triage, calendar optimization, meeting preparation, risk detection, cross-agent coordination that you can do. What's the difference between the Cowork and the Autopilot, if you want to learn, is that Autopilot is listening constantly. So it's not, you do not trigger anything. You don't write, you don't ask. But autopilots are listening. So I think it is a new big technology move from Microsoft to give us. And also now it's a desktop application. I didn't have too much on hand experience yet, but I think this year we will be talking about this one. So it's integrated across Teams, Outlook, OneDrive, SharePoint, Calendar, Browser, and MCP servers. You can check Sean Gallia's LinkedIn posts, and I think he has already made by using the Cloud Pilot, set up a dual write from scratch in Dynamics 365, asking Cloud Pilot to do. So this is what you can do. Also announced 7 new AI models And their ultimate goal is what we call humanist superintelligence. They say that they put human in the middle, so people, you must always remain in control, and you can visit the site of Microsoft AI and check what these AI models are. And we have a new experience in Copilot Studio. So here, as you can see, it looks better, and it welcomes you with your name. I think this is the best thing that I like. So you can have agents and workflows, which we will see in the next slides. So these are the evolution gallery of Microsoft AI from our perspective. But we are more interested in D365, right? So when we go for the D365, here, as you can see, this is Microsoft Frontier Agent Platform. And there are MCP servers, connectors, and applications that you can see here with the data platforms. In the left part, you can see the agent development. In the right part, you can see the security, like Agent 365, which includes Entra, Purview, Defender, and Admin. And with the AI, I think Agent 365 is becoming more and more important for us. But there is too much writing there. So what I did was that I created my more summarized view. As you can see, there is D365 business applications. Then we have Dataverse, Fabric, and Azure as an headless foundation. And there is MCP server as actions and data tools powered. Then we have agentic foundation. You can use Copilot Studio to create your own agents. You can use Agent 365 for security, and you can have Dynamics 365 agents, first party, third party, or your custom agents. And in the end, we have the user experience, user interfaces. Your agents can be interactive, which replies when you ask, can be outcome delegated, which means that produces outcomes, or could be autonomous, that runs with a trigger. But in the end, as you can see, humans are the bosses. Don't forget that you are the boss of this company. So when we say Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations with AI, we should not forget that there is still continuous improvement from Microsoft for the extended capabilities. So investing both in expanding capabilities and also agentic ERP, right? So when we say agentic ERP, these are the generative AI services for. So you can use Dynamics for embedded AI functionalities. There is Copilot Cowork, Finance Agent, which is also pretty new, M365 agents like Outlook, Word, Excel, Teams, and you have the Copilot Studio that you can generate your own agents. Agents can be embedded, that is very limited on processes that are built for specific tasks you can use, or you can use extensible AI agents to use. In the left part, you can see some of the agents that the finance has. For example, we have financial insights that has the predictions. It predicts customer payments, if that customer is going to pay that invoice, or gives you your cash flow forecast for the future, looking at your data and make the prediction. We have account reconciliation agent, collection coordinator summary, which I will show you in the later stages. We have procurement agent, which was called supplier communication agent, and so much more. These are the embedded agents that you can use directly for a process specific. And we see in the right side, there's Dynamics 365. There is workflow history summary, user feedback for Copilot, summary for Copilots, and we have immersive home. And in finance, in M365, from the Dynamics perspective, we have Excel. In the Excel, we have the reconciliation agent. And in Outlook, the collection agent, which I will show you the collection agent, how it works. We have document automation in AI, invoice capture, OCR plus AI reader. We have Copilot Cowork, we have finance agents, and of course, the MCP servers that we can use. So we have too many agents, and most common question comes that which agents or how we should use them, right? So I made here some information for you that you can use when you are deciding which agents to use. So Cowork versus first-party agents. First-party agents are used for departmental productivity. So you should have a team and it should be repeatable. When the process repeats, if you would like to improve a line of process and governance and guardrails are needed, you need to use first-party agents. Copilot Cowork is more for personal productivity. Once person is off, it's off. Task is one off, it's off. So it's instant result, no setup, and requires M365 data as well. If both doesn't work for you and you need so much more, you can use third-party agents. You can download from the store, or you can use the custom agents that you can create your own agents. And there's one new agent that comes from Microsoft. We had Cowork and we have Finance Agent. You can say when to use Cowork and when to use Finance Agent. Cowork has a broad scope, so it can work in any domain, cross-app workflows across M365, multi-step task orchestration. Finance Agent is more limited. Limited doesn't mean a bad thing. It has a deep focus on finance only. So it still depends, as we have talked about the MCP servers, you have to decide which one to use for cost and for also performance effective. So we are talking about the agents, but we want to come to a point why we need to use agents, right? So key benefits to use the agents. If you would like to automate repetitive tasks, you free people to focus on strategies and use for AI-driven support for decision making. Support for decision making. I would like to present this one. This is something that I find from web. I don't know if it's true or not, but as you can see, this is an IBM training manual from 1979 and saying that a computer can never be held accountable. Therefore, a computer must never make a management decision. When to use agents? You can use the agents for standard processes, non-chaotic, well-defined workflows. If the process has clear ownership, compliance data, consistent governed sources, high volume, simple tasks, non-massive, repeatable operations. For repetitive and manual operations, for routine tasks, time-consuming operations, non-critical processes. Don't fire people with agents, okay? You have to have correct setups in the system. For example, a friend of mine had this experience. God save us that it was in a test environment, not in prod. She reconciled 3,000 bank transaction, and the setup in Dynamics was wrong. So all those were incorrectly reconciled by agent quickly. So be sure that your setups are okay. Secure system is very important in here. So it's protected, access controlled. You have to give your agents clear instructions what you want your agents to do, or it will improvise. And always put human in the loop for some processes, for approvals. Like, for example, don't send emails directly to your customer or send the documents to bank for the payments, okay? So always puts human in critical ones as an approver. So how you can use an agent better? You ask your agent what to do, what that agent can do for you. So it will give you what it can do. For example, it's related to customer and you are asking for the vendor information. Of course, your agent will not return anything. You set clear instructions. You use detailed prompts. tell it really what you want to do, or else it will improvise. You teach and learn together. So don't take the first answer from your agent as correctly. Always do the control and begin simple. This is an example that how you can give your instructions to your agents. Put the purpose, general guidelines, skills, step-by-step instructions, error handling and limitations, feedback and iteration, and put an iteration example. Don't forget, if it's in orchestration, if you are using more than one agent, if one agent has been changed, check the flow because it will affect the other agents as well. So we mostly talk about so far about how we should do it, more wording, and let's see what we can do directly from the system. Now what we will do is that we will use Dynamics 365 FNO, Embedded AI Collections Summary, Collections Coordinator form to send an email to customer. We will send the email and of course our customer will reply, and then we will reply, customer's reply from Outlook agent in Finance in M365. After we have the reply, customer will reply again, and we will reply his reply from the Copilot Studio with our custom agent. Then we will go to Teams, and with our custom agent, we will create some follow-up tasks for this purpose to track our customers. And by Cowork, we will ask Cowork to prepare us for the customer meeting. But okay, our team uses AI ERP. We call it Dynamics 365 as AI ERP, or we call it Agentic ERP as well. So you will be hearing these a lot in the days. Now we go to Dynamics and let's send email to our customer. I'm going to Collections Coordinator workspace. As you can see, this is the Collections Coordinator workspace. I select the customer that I would like to analyze. I go to View Customer Details. Here I can see Copilot in Finance. As you can see, this is one of the also embedded functionalities. Summary by Copilot gives me that information. Now I will send it to Finance in M365 Copilot. For this purpose, I will use Create Reminder Email functionality. It gives me the information saying that, okay, I will now create an email, so please go and control. It will always create you a draft for the email functionalities. It will not send automatically to the customer, which is very wise to do. So here, as you can see, I control the email that has been created for the Dynamics, and I can send now this auto-generated email to my customer. We always know once we send an email to the customer, 95% customer will reply, of course. So let's see how our customer has replied our email that we have sent, that we required payment from them. Our customers are very sweet, and customer says we will not pay a dime. So of course we have to reply. We will use Finance in M365 Copilot functionality rather than replying manually each time. Here it gives me an email summary, gives me the customer information from the Dynamics 365, which customer replied to me. Now I would like AI, my agent, to suggest me a reply directly from Outlook. I write down here what kind of an email I would like to reply with. I describe my requirement. Here I describe, tell they need to pay as soon as possible or there will be legal consequences. And when I say okay, system will now generate a reply for me. I can read or add to draft. But if I don't feel like it, I can describe again, or I can adjust the length, short, medium, long, or the tone, formal, friendly, encouraging, informative, reassuring, or urgent. In this case, by company, I will be using the formal. And I would like Copilot to help me to draft again. I regenerate, and now if I like it, I will add to my draft. Still not sending the email. It's just drafting. I add to draft. Here is the drafted email. But in the meantime, what I would like to do is before sending, check some customer information, just in case, to be sure everything is okay. Here, I select the customer that I have for this email. It automates from Dynamics. I have the same customer for different emails. This is why we see more. I see the customer details. I see the aging history. I see the outstanding invoices and related activities. So here in the related activities, I see that I have already follow up on promise to pay. I have sent an email for to collect overdue balance. I have an initial phone call warning saying that they have to pay. This means that this customer is not going to pay. So what I will do is that I will go to invoice and check the details. Okay. I can download the invoice from here, I can attach the invoice from here, or I can directly update the status of the invoice. Now I will be updating the status. I'm going to go and say that this invoice is from now on disputed. I give the date, and when I say OK, as you can see, it has updated Dynamics 365 from Outlook with agents, because agents do things. If you do not believe me, right? Let's go to Dynamics 365 and check this customer disputed invoices, and if we can see this one. I go to the disputed invoices and refresh my page, and as you can see, this has been already updated. So I've sent the customer the email saying that, all right, you have to pay, and waiting for the customer's reply, of course. But rather than waiting on the Outlook, what I did was that I have created a custom agent saying that if customer replies with payment information, then send me a message into my Teams, right? And then ask for my approval for the reply and send the related email to the customer again, and then block the customer for invoice or so much more. So how we create an agent? Here I go to Copilot Studio. Here I write down the requirement that I would like to fulfill with that agent. When you say OK, while writing there your prompt, system will create you an agent. I have already one agent created. You can always go in and change things. Here I've written the description, what this agent will do, and also the name, payment approval agent. Okay, I select my agent model. It could be OpenAI or it could be Anthropic. A new one is the Clarabs 4.8 and GPT 5.3. So you can use them. You give clear instructions, what it should do, as I've shown you how instructions to be created. And then I go down and set the knowledge, like saying that you can use these files, you can say use these web pages. It depends what kind of a knowledge that your agent you would like to use. You can enable web search or disable. You add to tools. Here I have added the tools, Dynamics 365 MCP servers, WorkIQ, email, and Teams. You can add much more from here. These are the popular ones that you can use. Also, there are connectors, there are prompts, workflows, REST APIs, and model contexts protocols. You can search and select the ones that you really would like to use. So let me go to overview again from the tools. And here, what I can do, is then I can enable, of course, the work IQ. I can add triggers. I add a trigger when an email arrives. But it's not just when an email arrives. Of course, in detail, what I put there is that when an email arrives from a customer that has the information from the header includes payment, right? So here you can add your triggers. You can add sub-agents by using add agents. Here there is a create child agent. I have created one child agent to use after I send the email. I want this customer to be blocked. So this is the how sub agents will be used in the scenario. You can have more than one sub agents. Don't let everything to be in the first place. There are topics, goodbye, greeting, start over, and suggested prompts. You can say that reply this message like this, so you can give some suggested prompts. Here you can see everything that you define in the overview or define it from here. Knowledge, tools, agents, and topics. You can see the activities. So when you run, you will be able to see what has happened in each time in this case. Let's click on one of them. For example, I've used Teams for this purpose. When I click in this left pane, you will be able to see what has been done by the system. And in the middle page, you will be able to see how it runs. You need to evaluate your agents, system controls, if everything is okay, if there is any errors or so, you will be able to do. And there are channels. For this one, for example, we have published this one into Teams. You can use these channels to publish your agents. Here, this is where you can publish your agent. When you say publish, it will be published. But it's important that you test your agent before you publish directly from the Copilot Studio. You can test after you publish, of course, but if you want to be sure that your agent is working, you can use it in here as well by writing down here. As I said before, what I would advise you to do to know your agent, tell what this agent can do, ask for it. So here I've asked, what can you do for me? It asks for permissions to reach out, my email or my Outlook and etc. that I set it up as tools. And here you know what your agent do. As you can see now, trigger email has been received. My customer has sent me the email saying we would like to pay. And of course, as I asked to my agent, it asked for my approval and I approve. And then it started working. And also my sub-agent started working after sending the email saying that customer status blocker workflow completed. So it goes to Dynamics 365 and sets my status to done. Then when finished, agent work gives me the detailed information, gives me a recap. Here saying that first action, payment email detected, done. Customer verified in D365 FNO, done. Approval card sent to Teams, done. Approve received, because I give it an approval, done. Payment schedule email sent to customer, done. Customer status blocker executed, on hold status to all, done. And Teams final confirmation, which you can see it in here, also sent is done. If you do not believe me, let's go to customer and see, as you can see it in here, confirmation delivery of invoice has been set to all. And let's go and see the email that has been sent to my customer. As you can see, payment schedule details are sent according to my requirements. If your company has a specific format, of course, you can use it, or you can say which fields to be used for sending. What's new is also the workflows. We can do it like this, but also we can here have the workflows. In the workflow, you can add agents, you can set classifications, M365 Copilot, you can use human review for someone to review the process, connectors, you can give functions, variables, if-else's, loops, and notes. But let's go to the agent that we have created. Payment workflow classify. Here, I write down here saying that when a new email arrives, okay, let's classify that email if it's going to payment category or the other. If in the subject it has payment information, then it means that it should go to payment category. If it's another, and the flow. And if it's payment category, I told my system to use the agent customer balance reporter. So customer will send me a message saying that we would like to pay. So my agent customer balance reporter sent into my team's customer related balance information so I can look into it and process. You can, of course, widen these workflows and you can make tens of classifications in here. How many tens, I don't know, but yeah, it depends. For example, it could be risk category, payment category, reporting category, and so much more. So in the message, I say from this customer, so it understands the customer information. As you can see, payment request comes from my customer. So let's see if my flow will be triggered. As you can see, it starts running. And when you click on it, click on the running one, you will be able to see in the middle where it is. So there is an error, for example, you will be able to see what the problem is and take an action. Now it's trying to understand if it should take this email to payment category or other classification. It's running. We are waiting. It take it to payment category. This means that my agent will work and it has succeeded. This means that I should have received the message into my teams about the customer balance. As you can see, I'm in my teams, in my account. You can publish the agent and want to send this into the related agent as well. It's possible. And let's see, after we see it in our teams, let's go into our agent and look at its activities and see if we see the proceeding. This is an automated one. So I go to channel and see here all the process. It runs Teams, email, Work IQ, and gives me the reasoning. I would advise you to read the reasonings to be sure everything is all right. Now, as a collections coordinator responsible, what I would like to do is that use my teams from a custom agent that I've created and check out my customers and create some follow-up tasks. So this is an agent that we have created, Copilot for Finance and Operations. You can name it anything, okay? So from Teams, I'm writing down into my agent saying that, can you please give me first 5 risky customers with their risk scores, balances, credit limit information that are in D365 FNO with their phone numbers for USMF because I can call them directly or from here without taking any reports, and give me some insights. And if you are really asking for insights, be sure that because agents really like to talk. As you can see, normally this is the information that I really asked for, but because that I asked for insights, it started talking. It gives me the key insights, critical customers, how I can handle our portfolio health matrices, root causes, fixes, fixed information per customer, of course, because each customer has different insights, immediate action plans, and so much more, like financial impact analysis, success metric to track, bottom line, and also the next steps. Then I say, okay, thank you. Then in this case, I want you to create some follow-up tasks for me for these 5 risky customers. It goes to Dynamics 365 and creates email tasks and also gives me insights how I should achieve these. And then I asked my agent, of course, there are not just 5 tasks that I have a lot more in Dynamics, and told me to give me the collection activities that are waiting for me. And it starts working on it. It gives me immediate actions required as of today. And also my next 7-day calendar, my collection dashboard at a glance, and it even gives my today's checklist. As you can see, what I should do on the morning, in the afternoon, and the end of the day. It also advises me to review 5 risky customers during my coffee break, right? You don't need to apply it, right? So yeah. And I say, okay, I will be off next week for a holiday. So assign these tasks to my dear colleague Arnie Mondlo, which will be happy when I'm just having my margarita near the sea, right? And he has to handle all these customers. So what it does is it goes to Dynamics 365 and assign all these tasks to my colleague Arnie. So you do not need to go into Dynamics to do everything. Of course, we will be still using to import some data for sure, but it's for reporting purposes, for taking actions. You do not need to anymore go between the screens. And let's go for the hot topic, Cowork. So we would like Cowork to prepare us for the customer meeting. Customer agreed to pay, so we send them a message of the payment details, and customer asks to have a meeting with us. So for a meeting, what we will do is that we will set a meeting with the customer via Outlook, send them a calendar information. We will like to Cowork to give us the guidelines for the meeting. It will create a Word and write down information and will send us as an email. We would like to have the unpaid invoices as PDF, a list of invoices of this customer as an Excel, meeting presentation that we will use in that meeting as PowerPoint. We would like to have some adaptive card visuals, some reports that are sent into our teams, some 3D visuals in interactive HTML dashboards directly in Cowork so we can check what's missing if we would like to take care of anything else. Also, if we would not like to work with this customer, I would like to have some deep research for the market, for the system to give me the highlights of the market. And if we are going to work with the customer, I would need a customer agreement again, but my company has a specific format, so I will use it with placeholders, and I would like Cowork to fill it for me rather than I write down in Word. And then if everything is okay, I would like Cowork to create a skill. So here, I'm now uploading my customer agreement template for my company and write down what I want, as I explained in the first screen, from the system. I write my prompt. In the references, you can see the template. Here now it's collecting the data. It's creating. Now it will send me my briefing. So I say send. It has created the meeting briefing. Before sending an emails, it asks, unless you say not to ask. Okay. Even AI thinks that it should ask. It can just ask a couple of times and validate. the things that are required. Also has already sent the Teams meeting. As you can see, I've received the meeting briefing email. I have received the calendar invite. And now it's creating the Excel list. It's creating the PDF of invoice formats. It's now filling the placeholders. And the Excel has been there. It has created the market report in MD. Now creating the PowerPoint and so much more. Don't forget that, of course, this will take 30, 40 minutes when you ask for everything or more, and maybe even an hour, depending on what you require. But of course, we do have less minutes. We have to just crop and make it quicker for the videos. Okay, now this is our adaptive cards and sending this to my team, so asking for information. So this is the adaptive card example that we require. Now send it to my teams, creating the customer agreement with placeholders. It's also almost finished, and now creating the skill. We name the skill as customer preparation. And after it finishes the preparation or finishes all the tasks, it will summarize me what it has done. Let's wait till it finishes. Here, as you can see, it gives me the meeting, the deliverables and deliverable details, and it says that the reusable skill has been created and how it can be used, how it has been triggered. This kind of information has also been given as well. So let's check for the outputs. This is the 3D HDL dashboards that I can use. Here, as you can see, it looks very chic. All open paid. I can even have some pre-filters. This is the presentation that has been created in PowerPoint skill. Each of them are one of the skills that Cowork has. I have the unpaid invoice in PDF skill. I can see here the invoices per status in Excel skill. Also gives me a summary. And then I go for deep research. That is about the market. And this is my company template. And as you can see, these are my placeholders, customer account code, customer address, and so much more. Let's see how it reacted. As you can see, it has filled all this information, looking at to D365, collects data, put it in here. So as you can see, our meeting has been scheduled with the customer. It has sent, and this is the Teams message that I have for the adaptive cards. And I would like it to send me the meeting briefing. For the meeting briefing, as you can see, it gives all the information for the related companies' transactions, but that's not it. It also gives some recommended talking points, some market contacts, and so much more. Now there is a new skill as goal, means that continue doing when you reach out the goal. And here I select customer preparation skill that I have saved. In this case, what I did not do is that write down everything that prompt and again. I directly use the skill and it knows the prompt. Asks now for which customer that I would like to run this process. I select and also ask for me the meeting time because it may vary. And then, as you can see, system will start working on it. Here you can see under the skills and plugins that we have, and now created the plan to process. Yes. So this is basically how you can use the skills. In the end, right, information technologies, IT say, I do not code. Most common questions, can we trust AI? I tell you, teach and learn together. Don't trust at the first answer. Don't leave it unhinged. Governance is important, and I would advise you to read out Microsoft Responsible AI documentation. And also, it's very important to know that it's still dependable on the users, so AI doesn't fix bad data. In a world where everybody can code now, why do we still need developers? Right. My husband is a developer as well, so I may be concerned about it, right? Because I don't want to pay all the bills by myself. But we say that vibe coding is not vibe engineering. So what hasn't changed is that we still build solutions, business solutions, the same code, different methods. We still maximize value from tools. Like we were using calculators, then computers, then Office came, 365. We have Outlook, Teams, and then we have ERP, and now we have agents, right? Governance is still important. Consistency, security, monitoring, right? And we still have a place for innovation. So these are decided by web engineers, by system admins, by you. So think that your AI as a toddler. So you teach your toddler which tools to use, right? Not switches. And you warn your toddler not to talk with strangers. Don't want to go everywhere and look for everything and give your data to anywhere. You don't ask your toddler to manage lots of tasks. If it's a toddler, you don't give him, her the task of 100 things, right? For this, you need to have lots of toddlers. And you tell your old toddlers to work with each other in a harmony. You watch out, you monitor your toddler, and you teach your toddler where to go. Freedom as responsibility. So you cannot be careless with AI. Your toddler will grow, and you teach how to be a better person. Teach your AI to be a better agent. And of course, like every toddler, have some requirements. You have to manage your toddler's requirements. You cannot give everything by everything for them. So this is why we say we have to limit and try to be sure which tools to be used. In the end, your job is not disappearing, changing from mechanical to judgment, and your role is changing from developer to web engineer. You may remember her or know her. She is 31, mathematician, Fortran pioneer, amazing person, amazing woman, joined NASA as human computer. She saw the future before anyone else. She knows that computers are coming. So she taught herself Fortran. It's not replacing ERP, certainly not replacing human as of now, but it's huge, like it or not. It's coming, so better be prepared. Before I finish, I would like to finish with this one from Charles Lamana. At least at first I heard it from him. He said, you drive, AI is the co-pilot. So don't let your toddler to drive the car for you. So when we go back to Evolution Gallery, we do art and living in it. So paint your masterpiece. Go and open your laptops or computers and start painting. These are the list of links that I have used for this presentation. Maybe there can be so much more, but yeah, I may have forgotten one or two. So thank you for everything and thank you for listening. If you have any questions, I'm very glad to answer. You can find here our YouTube channel if you would like to learn so much more about Dynamics 365. Yes, Rakesh, up to you.
Okay. I can see one question there. Let me just quickly read out, Milut. The question is uh, two questions. Haryan, would you like to go ahead and ask the question rather than I read it?
Hmm? What we can do is that you can send me the list if you would like
No, I think
to,
only
and
two
I
questions
can.
are there. Only two
Oh, okay.
questions are there.
Okay.
Haryan, go ahead and ask.
Yeah.
We can.
Hi. It was very nice. I started using this agents, and I said, I'm a D365 consultant. I have some concern about this. So so the system is creating agents and presentation and all. So can because the management side, we have a template. So we want to follow those templates for the outputs like invoices and any management reports. Those should be in the same our company templates. So every time when the people they talk with the Cowork, so they need to upload those templates, or from the admin side, we can load all these templates to agents.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to. If you can upload those templates, or you can create skills as I did. Once you upload your template, the skills will handle the other processes. Because most commonly they do not show how to use the templates, and there are lots of wonderful, beautiful outputs that we see, but companies mostly work with templates. I agree with you. So for this purpose in Cowork, of course, you can either upload it every time, or you can upload it once to the skill, and then system will use the same.
Okay, maybe let me.
But don't forget, this is, as I said, for personal productivity. So it's for person. You can share skills as well, but yeah, it's more one coworker is for one person.
Okay, so we need to create the skills and upload those templates there.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. The another question is that we have customized many things in the ERP, and when we chat with Cowork or any agents, Copilots, so it's not figure out our customized solutions like some calculations and navigation. It's sometimes it cannot reach our customization menus itself.
Because it has to learn first if it's a customization, if it's a Cowork, or if it is using M365, MCP ERP, it should be fine. But if it is, for example, MCP ERP Analytics, MCP server that you are using, it's using its own data entities. So you have to edit those data entities in Business Performance Analytics as well. So it depends the tool that you would like to learn, and you need to train it, right? So it's training is the core one. So when I show you the videos that I've created, I need to take them maybe some couple of times, right? To have the correct information. This is why we say training is very important, and creating skills is very important, or also instructions are very important. Also, the prompts are very important. For example, I was using the Visual Studio Code with the MCP server. I didn't put it in this presentation, but because it will be done 1.5 hour. So I asked it to create customer by looking at the web from the website, taking the customer name, address, phone information, and check the risk information directed to the setup in Dynamics. And it filled some of the fields in customer information. Even I didn't tell it into my prompt. It improvised, and AI really like to improvise. So it's very important that you have the guardrails, the information. For example, you can say, look at there, look at here, or don't improvise, don't get out of the line that I'm explaining to you. So for you to be able to have the perfect solution, the perfect output, you have to try, and try, because Business is a bit different. Business, when you look the AI from the personal perspective, it's fine because you are just managing your daily businesses, that you are managing your vacations. It's okay, but you cannot make wrongdoings at the business. You cannot set incorrect information to customer. This is why I'm saying, if we are going for the AI trust, right? You have to train a lot the agents that you have created. It's not an easy job. So this is why I'm saying we will not lose our jobs. And I think it would be worse. We will have so much more to do unless we understand it. And in the security perspective, it will be a wonderful year waiting for us.
Okay. I think we need to train AI more for our customized solutions.
Exactly. Please put into your instructions which new customization that you have, how it works, so it will understand the way you would like to. And in a way, work IQ does understand it and try to proceed in the next steps to be better.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bilur. Thank you, Haryar. Any more questions? I think we are already on top of the hour.
All right.
I think I'll take it as a no. Silence means no, right, Bilur?
Exactly. If you
Okay.
have any more questions, you can also send it to my LinkedIn. I will try to reply as much as I can.
Yeah, I think let me right away share your LinkedIn details over here so that team can directly reach out to you if anyone wants to, learn something. So this is a LinkedIn this is a LinkedIn reference of Bilur. Please feel free to reach out to her if you have any questions and doubt on today's session as well as any specific thing on the finance side, right? Okay, I think we are reaching towards a closing note. So on behalf of India Dynamics 365 and Power Community Bilur, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to you for such an insightful and thought-provoking session on that AI trio. I think now it justifies the title of this session. I must say that. Okay. Because the kind of length and the depth of the thought process, your learning, your knowledge, and true scenarios we call as business scenarios, right? That actually literally matters rather than just managing the configurations and having the fictitious, right? I think that actually really build a literally good value to the experience for our all attendees. And we are again truly grateful for your time, your expertise, as well as your generosity in sharing your learning with the wider community below. And I think I must say that this session like this, right, what literally makes our community not only just stronger, but also keep inspiring others, right? For an example, today you showcase, and that actually inspired me, to be honest with you, to configure everything. Although we don't have proper licenses, soon we'll get it. But once I get a license, I hope I can start building all those sort of, the experiences for our customers and inspire others as well. So once again, thank you, Bilur, and we hope to have you again with us in a different sessions and maybe more collaborative discussion with our attendees.
Thank you, and for everyone that attends, it was really good.
Thank you all attendees. Bye. Take care. Enjoy your
Thank
weekend.
you. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye. Thank you. Bye.